Good evening, I'm Vasilios Bellos. Welcome to your Sunday evening news. Thousands made it out for the final day of the 9th annual Buskers Festival, wrapping up a very successful weekend of entertainment. Around 30 musicians and entertainers spent the past 2 days performing for crowds and showcasing their talents. While the festival highlights the local art and culture scene, this year's organizers also focused on getting out-of-town talent to give attendees the chance to see something new. Festival goers had the chance to support local organizations and vendors who had booths on site with a variety of different products. Festival organizer Uriel Lubick says plans for next year's Buskers Festival are already in the works.
I've always wanted to have like a nighttime component to the festival, like to go into the evening, and definitely more out-of-town talent. And just from doing this over the years, like our festivals actually showed up on the radar with like international buskers and other out-of-town talent that kind of want to come here. And it's just amazing. I don't know, like who knows what'll happen next year.
This week was the first of the season for the Roots Community Food Center's garden markets. With locations at both ends of the city, the markets are a chance to pick up hyper-local produce and support a local nonprofit. Lee Noonan has the story.
Roots Community Food Center runs 2 urban farms in the city, one at Volunteer Pool and the other in the south end on Lily. As of now, the produce grown there can be bought at weekly markets. The markets run 10 to 3 on Wednesdays at Lily Street and Thursdays at Volunteer Pool.
So we grow a variety of produce to introduce others to what we can grow in this area. So we grow a lot of our favorites: beets, carrots, potatoes, peas, beans, and then we use them, or we sell them at the farmers market here, or we use them in our kitchen, which will be used for the seniors' meals as well as through programs that we'll do in schools in the fall.
Everything sold at the market is as local as it gets, either produced in the Roots kitchen or grown on site, and completely organic. Roots runs employment programs at both locations with young adults at Lily and high school students at Volunteer Pool.
Every week we'll rotate who's doing what role, and so we have 3 on the market today. And while they're doing that, the rest of our crew is really busy in the fields. And so we have a crew designated for harvesting. And so a lot of the things that we sell today is literally being harvested right from the fields. And then there's another crew designated for washing. And then so it's literally like being harvested, washed, and then brought up here to be sold.
Ashley Kakagamic and Asher Van Gore both say they're loving their summer jobs, getting to know kids from other schools and trying new things.
A bunch of weeding.
Yeah, a bunch of weeding, gardening,
harvesting.
Planting. Yeah, just a bunch of stuff. We watered, we cleaned up the community gardens.
Unsurprisingly, handling the bunnies is one of the most popular tasks on the farm, so is helping out with beekeeping. Honey from the farm hives is available at the markets. Weeding and organic pest control, on the other hand, are less popular.
Got a lot of potato beetles, but we hand pick those twice a week. The kids aren't a huge fan of that.
Oh, don't even. Oh my God. Like every single day they just come and just like
Devour the plants.
devour them all.
The market will be running here at Volunteer Pool until August 22nd over on Lily Street. The market runs until mid-September. Lee Noonan, TBT News.
Out in the region now, where Lac Seul First Nation will be compensated $234 million. That comes as they finalized a claim with Canada regarding 11,000 acres of flooding on their reserved lands without consent. The flooding took place nearly a century ago, with members saying the suffering has been generational. The signing ceremony happened on Kejik Bay Island. Chief Clifford Bull was joined by elders and the Minister of Crown Indigenous Relations. The settlement is being called a step towards reconciliation and a recognition of Canada's past failures to uphold treaty obligations. 2 women's hockey leagues in Kenora could be forced to fold after the city published its new ice allocation policy. Representatives from both the competitive and recreational leagues presented a deputation to Kenora Council earlier this month about the negative impact their new 10 to 11 p.m. time slot will have. Nev Van Pelt has the details.
The Kenora Council chambers were packed in mid-July as many members of the hockey community came out to support the deputation for changing the ice allocation policy. The new schedule follows a city policy published in June, which affects both the competitive and recreational women's leagues.
After 35 years of advocating for fair ice time, including meetings with administration and several deputations to council, finally we've secured 2 hours per week for all the women hockey players in Kenora. So we had 9 to 10 p.m. and 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. on weeknights, which we deemed a good start. Now we wonder what happened to that good start.
Hager says the new policy is a step in the wrong direction for women's hockey in Kenora. Representatives from both women's leagues have stated that an overwhelming majority of players can't play at 10 p.m. or on weekends, which would result in the leagues having to fold.
Women hockey players are healthcare providers, educators, social service workers, business owners, professionals in many designations, and much more. Many of us have lived here or in our First Nations communities all our lives. Some of us left other opportunities but came back to call Kenora home. We are the people you want to live, work, play, and invest in your community.
Hager says they've never asked for anything earlier than 9 p.m. as they understand youth take priority, but they're looking for something that allows them to play while also balancing family life. The new policy gives the Kenora Islanders junior team priority when it comes to scheduling, and after years of being told there was no extra ice time in the city of Kenora, women's hockey advocates are very frustrated about the negative impacts this has on their leagues.
If the report claims this policy aligns with community values, the recreation manager should provide the facts to support that. Where are the facts to demonstrate that citizens value elite athletes over the other recreational users in our community? Where are the facts to show that citizens value a new adult male junior team of mostly non-residents over local women hockey players and other adult recreational users?
The meeting closed with Councillor Lindsay Koch giving notice of her intention to bring a motion to September's council meeting to review the ice allocation policy. Nev Van Pelt, TBT News.
Fort William First Nation residents were rocking out all day yesterday as part of a 12-hour event that featured multiple music acts and bands. This week's Rock in the Res show helped celebrate the grand opening of Crossroad Music, and to finish off the night, residents were treated to a fireworks display. Jessica Clement reports.
Fort William First Nation was alive with music on Saturday as a concert event was held from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. The show saw multiple acts and bands hit the stage in front of Crossroad Music.
We had a band member, Robin Ranger, and he's into jazz, so we've had a bit of jazz here today. It was followed by Tin Pan Alley and Ginny Thompson.
Steve Lalonde, Crossroad Music Managing Director, says the show is part of the store's summer series called Rocking the Res, which sees performers on stage every week. However, Saturday's show was extra special, as was Crossroad Music's grand opening.
It's been a little over 12 months, and we just thought we'd make it extra special. Yeah, just let people know that there's a music store on a Fort William First Nation. It's sad in a way because there isn't many music stores on First Nations across this country, but I thought it would be a good opportunity to start something.
The final act of the day was the sensational Hot Rods. They got everyone up on their feet and brought some attendees back to a simpler time.
I love the Hot Rods. I've been dancing to them for years. And at one point, I was dancing 5 days a week. So I love dancing.
Rock and roll, bring me back alive.
Fort William First Nation Chief Michelle Solomon was one of the hundreds of visitors throughout the day. She says it was a great show, and she's happy that Crossroad Music was able to draw out so many people in the community.
There was a big flow of people all day, right from this morning till, people are starting to leave now because it's over, but it was great.
The night ended with a fireworks display coordinated by Fort William First Nation council members. And attendees said it was the perfect ending to a perfect day.
It's unbelievable. It was super, super beautiful. I've seen lots of fireworks, but never so nice.
They were great. Very nice finish to the evening.
Yeah.
The Rocking the Res concert series continues next Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Jessica Clement, TBT News.
And we're now joined by sports anchor Nev Van Pelt. Nev, beautiful fireworks. Very cool show. around the area, but the Team Canada baseball team was in line for the World Cup today as well.
Yes, they got off to a great start. They were up against Mexico, and we'll have those highlights after the break.